Today, inshallah, we're going to discuss two topics. One of them relates to writing reflection, and the other one for derivation. So, let's start with derivation. Actually, you got to know first what's derivation. I'm gonna give you an example. The word play, for example, you get a lot of words from this word. For example, you can say player, playing, played, playful. So all these words comes from one word, which is play. Okay, this is the stem or um, metaphors for this word. So to get the derivation from a word, to get the derivation from a word, you've got to know that there's something called affix. The affix could be prefix or suffix. They are syllable added to the word. These syllables could be at the beginning of the word or by the end of it. Both are called affixes. If the affix comes at the beginning, it's a prefix. When it comes at the end, that's a suffix. Examples to the prefix, the syllable on. When you're adding on to the word, it gives you the opposite. Just like important. Add on, it's gonna be unimportant. It's the opposite of important. Okay? Im, it gives you the opposite. For example, possible, impossible. Okay? There's a lot of prefixes in English language actually. And you know that there are syllables added by the end of the word. For example, when you're adding ed at the end of the verb, you get the past of it. Play, played. Okay? Jump, jumped. So when you are adding this syllable by the end of the word, it gives you another meaning. It's close to the last one, but it's no one, no morphology, no structure to the word. So I just may know one word, okay, of these words, but actually with derivation, I could know a lot of more words because I may get 5 or 6 new words from one word, which means I'm going to multiply my vocabulary with 5 or 6 or maybe 7. So that's why it enriches my vocabulary. So let's look at my presentation for you for today. Well, derivation create new words by changing the meaning or by changing the word class of the word. It makes words or new words of a different grammatical category from the stem. In derivation, a new word is formed by adding an affix to the root or stem. This is what I'm saying. I'm getting new words of the same word. Well, the word I'm gonna get new words from it. I'm calling it the root or the stem. As we said, an example like play, playful, play it, playing, player. Okay. Examples Well, you can change the verb into a noun like this. For example, the verb speak. We are adding er, so you are getting the one who does this verb. Speaker, speaker. Swim, that's a verb. Add er, it's swimmer. We are adding ing, it's swimming. Read, we are adding er, it's reader. Ing, it's reading. So here I've changed my verbs into nouns by adding suffixes like er, like ing. Okay, I can change the adjective into noun. For example, kind is an adjective. When you're adding the suffixness to the adjective, you're going to change it into noun. Kind, kindness. Good, goodness. Like, likeness. In all these examples, we are changing the adjective into nouns by adding the suffixness. Well, you've got the word mother, it's a noun. You're adding a suffix like hood by the end of this word. It's motherhood. Actually, as part of speech, nothing happens because mother is a noun and motherhood is another noun. But motherhood is a derivation from the word mother. We can also add suffixes such as hood, which means status, ship, state or condition, ness, which reflects quality, state, or condition, it, state of condition, meant, result or product of doing the action, al, act of something, ir, a genitive. In the word like brotherhood, friendship, wildness, sincerity, government, refusal, walker. We can change the noun. Well, actually, yes, we can change the noun into an adjective when you are adding full, the suffix full by the end of the word. So care, it's going to be careful. Okay. We can change the verb into an adjective when you add able by the end of the word, by the end of the verb. So it's going to read, it's going to be readable, love, lovable. And we can change the adjective into an adjective, but you are going to give the opposite of this word. For example, when you are adding the prefix on to the word. So, for example, I've got the word common. When you're adding the prefix on, it's uncommon. Possible, impossible. What else? We can add the prefix this, appear, disappear. We can add in, complete, incomplete. We can add the prefix word to the beginning of the word replay, replay, read, reread, write, rewrite, which means what? I'm going to repeat the verb. Read, reread, which means I'm going to read again. Write, rewrite, I'm going to write again. We can change the noun into a verb like this. Analysis, analyze. Slave, enslave. And we can change the adjective into verb. For example, rich, it's going to be enrich. Legal, legalize. The verb into verb, continue, discontinue. The prefix doesn't here gets me the opposite in meaning, but it doesn't change the part of speech. So it's still a verb as it was before. Continues a verb, discontinues a verb. Pack, unpack. And also here, I'm adding the prefix on, which gives you the opposite. But I still have a verb. Pack is a verb. Unpack is a verb. Well. You there, guys? Hello. So,
Yes, yes.
yeah, great. Derivation actually is the process that creates new words. In English, one of the most common ways to derive a new word is by adding a derivational affix to a base. The new derived word is related to the original word, but it has some new components of meaning to it, and often it belongs to a new category. To sum up, derivation is getting new words of one word, the origin of all these words. When I'm getting new words, I can change the meaning. I can change also the part of speech. Look at these examples. Here the verb teach. When I'm adding the suffix er by the end of teach, it's gonna be teacher. And teacher is no longer a verb, it's a noun. The same with the verb sing. When I'm adding the suffix er by the end of this verb, it's gonna be singer, and singer is a noun. Again, same rule here. Dance, dancer. Dance is a verb, dancer is a noun. Bake, baker. Write, writer. And here, I'm gonna use some nouns. I'm gonna change them into adjectives. When I'm just adding the suffix full. For example, the noun hope, hope. When I'm adding full, by the end of this verb, it's hopeful. And hopeful is an adjective. Joy, it's gonna be joyful. Joy is a noun. Joyful is an adjective. Care, careful. Care is a noun. Careful is an adjective. Dreadful. Something scary. Dreadful. Okay. I'm gonna change the adjectives into adverbs or get adverb. Sorry, I'm gonna get verbs from the adjective by adding suffixes like ize, is, final, finalize. Final is an adjective. It's the base word or the root word. You can add ize and it's gonna be finalize. Finalize is the verb. So I get a new word from the word final. It's finalize. This is simply, guys, derivation. When you get new words of one word, so this is derivation. Modern, modernize. I added IZE in here and I've changed the adjective modern into the verb modernize. The same rule applied here for the word social. When you add IZE to the word social, it's socialize, public, publicize. Same. I'm changing the adjective public in publicize. Okay, now I'm getting new words from the verb when I'm adding the prefix re, re. at the beginning of this word. So pre is a prefix because it comes at the beginning and it gives me the meaning of the repetition of the verb. For example, the verb write, it's going to be rewrite, which means to write again. Read, it's going to be reread. Examine, it's going to be re-examine, which means to examine again. Assess, it's going to be reassess. Assess means to what? Evaluate. Okay, guys.
Yes.
Oh, good. So, in here, I've got an exercise for you. Which of the following best describes the derivation of the word assignment? What do you think of the word assignment? Is it a noun plus ment, adjective plus ment, verb plus ment, which gives a noun, verb plus ment, which gives verb? Again, noun plus ment that gives verb, adjective plus ment that gives noun, verb plus ment that gives noun, verb plus ment that gives verb, word assignment. It was fine. You think assign as a part of speech, is it noun, adjective, or verb?
Verb, verb.
Yes, that's
Verb to
right.
noun.
So, okay, the first step is I determined which part of the speech is a sign. A sign is a verb. So forget about the first and the second ones. It's not noun, it's not adjective. So it's going to be the third or fourth one. Okay, it's verb plus ment. This is the third and the fourth choices. So when I'm adding the verb to ment, do I get noun or verb?
Noun,
Noun.
noun.
Yes, that's right. An assignment is a homework, and it's a noun. So that's why it's going to be the third choice. Verb plus ment that gives noun. Thank you, guys. Okay, question number 2. Which of the following best describes the derivation of the word skillful? Skillful. So I'm adding full to the word skill. So in here, I yes, skill plus full, is it adjective plus full that gives a verb, adjective plus full that gives adjective, verb plus full that gives noun, noun plus full that gives an adjective.
So it's noun plus full, which gives an adjective.
Yes, that's right. Again, it's noun. Yes,
Noun
go
plus
ahead.
full equal adjective.
Yes, that gives adjective. That's right. Yes, hotshot. Which of the following best describes the derivation of the word simplify? Simplify. Verb plus ify that gives verb. Adjective plus ify that gives verb. Noun plus ify that gives an adjective. Verb plus ify that gives noun. What do you think? It was simple, and I added ify. Simple, and I canceled the e by the end of the word simple and added ify. So simple is what and simplify is what? Simple.
Adjective.
Yes, simple was an adjective, but when you added ify, it turned it into what?
Verb, verb.
That's right. Great. So here I'm trying actually to compensate the weekly plan because you um you are by the way you are 10A or 10B guys, 10A or 10B.
10A.
Yes, good. Actually, you were supposed to have English every day, but there's some kind of drop in your weekly plan because the schedule actually you have to get English every day. So in your schedule, one day English is not included in one day. So I'm trying now to make compensation for this because you have to get vocabulary and writing this week. You've got right now. I'm talking here about the vocabulary. The derivation actually helps me with my vocab. So for the part of vocabulary, we finished it right now. We're going to start the writing lesson, which is reflection. Okay, and we still have tomorrow, inshallah. Tomorrow we're talking about the PSAT. It's an introduction to the SAT exam. So now we are talking about what? We're talking about writing reflection. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Well, in my writing today, I'm just going to tell you a hint about reflection. You've got to hold your pen, write down an essay, and we're going to discuss this essay together, all together. So, reflective writing. What is reflective writing? Why reflect? Problems in reflecting. Forms of reflective writing. Introduction. What is reflective writing? What do you expect to do when I'm telling you write down a reflection? What do you think? So I'm asking you, for example, to give your opinion.
A mirror or a shadow, like something that reflects it, like a copy of it.
Yes, yeah, but here it depends on your experience. Okay, it depends on your view. It's a reflection to your point of view. Have you undertaken reflective writing before? I don't think so. I guess this is the first time. What reflective writing activities have you undertaken? Maybe you have dealt with reflection before, but you don't know. So we're going to shed light on this point later on. Have you got any thoughts on reflective writing? Well, what is question number one? What is reflective writing? Actually, reflective writing is an analytical facts in which the writer describes a real or imaginary scene, event, interaction, passing thoughts, or memory, and adds a personal reflection on its meaning. So first of all, when I get you a passage to give me your opinion, do you agree with or don't agree, and why? And why not if it's not? So all you have to do is to read the passage first, and after this to make an analysis to the passage, okay, and to use your experience to make reflection, which means simply you agree or not, and in both cases you have to mention why, okay.
Mister, I have a question. If reflective
Yes.
writing is mostly about the personal reflection of the writer, Does that mean
Yes,
it's mostly first person point of view?
yes, that's right.
Okay,
That's a very good question, actually. Thank you so much.
welcome.
Reflective writing is and is not. For example, this apply for reflective writing, in that doesn't apply for reflective writing. So let's see the points that apply on reflective writing and the points that does not apply. For applying to reflective writing, he responds to experiences, opinion, events, or new information. Okay, your response, your point of view about this, your response to thoughts and feelings. Okay, a way of exploring your learning, an opportunity to gain self-awareness because you're checking your experience about this topic, a way to achieve clarity and better understanding of what you are learning. Because when you are analyzing, you're going to check what you know about this topic and what you don't know and what you have to know. So in here, I'm expanding my experience and understanding about the topic I'm dealing with. Excuse me? Okay. A chance to develop writing skills. Yes, it gives you the chance to develop your writing skills, and it gives you some kind of way of making meaning out of what you study. In reflective writing, you write down your heart. So you use your experience, use your feelings, okay? But what don't apply on reflective writing is just conveying information, instructions, or arguments. It's not conveying information. It's not just this. Pure description, though there may be descriptive elements, but you're not just describing or summing up. You're giving your opinion, your point of view, your thoughts. Straightforward decision or judgment, for example, about whether something is right or wrong, good or bad. It's not straightforward decision. It's not simple problem solving. I'm not solving a problem or writing a reflection. I'm just giving opinions and giving thoughts. Reflection is not a standard university essay, but it's important, by the way. Reflection is a style of writing which may be private or public, a way to explore and clarify our response to ideas, opinions, situations, or challenges. It's an opportunity to examine links between theory and practice. It's a way of learning through reflection on our experience. What's my target or my aim? What's my goal? Reflective activity allows us to learn about ourselves and equips us with the tools to enable us to move forward in positive way. By engaging in reflection on a regular basis, we continue to learn and develop as we study or work. For this reason, it's important to view reflection as a continual, ongoing process rather than as an occasional activity. How is it similar to core academic writing? Well, actually, it's similar to the academic writing where we're asking you to write down inside the classroom because it requires research and development. Reflection needs research. You may check resources, a lot of resources to just write down one reflection. Depending on the task, it should focus on the question and answer the question. It involves critical thinking and analysis. Both writing excerpts should be organized into paragraphs with accurate sentence structure, etc. It requires a formal style. Both needs formal style. Don't use slang language. The discussion should be clear and coherent. Paragraphs should stick together. Paragraphs should discuss the same point, the same topic, I mean. How is it different? Reflection in academic writing, how they are different. It's usually used in specific genres such as critical, incidents, journals, etc. It connects with personal feelings and behavior. It includes observation and evaluation. It may be quiet, descriptive, and informal. The use of the first person is appropriate. It is to link theory to practice. Okay, guys, you're not there today. Hello, hello.
Yes, yes, Mister.
Okay, we're
Yes,
about
yes.
to finish the presentation. I'm gonna ask you to read with me a passage, and we're going to write down a reflection about this passage. So watch out for the end of this presentation. Before you go into a new learning work environment, there are my steps actually to reflect. Before you go into a new learning or new work assignment, you have to. Step number one, tell the story of what you might experience in as much detail as you can. Make sure you note anything that you are confident about, as well as anything you might find difficult. Step two, try to identify the main themes. Look holistically at what you have written. Think about everyone involved. Step number three, consider the factors that might influence your behavior and experience. Include your feelings, beliefs, and assumptions, as well as any factual information you've been given. And step number four, link your thoughts to your previous experience. What happened the last time you went into a new learning or work environment? How might the new experience reflect these previous experiences? Is it likely to be similar or different? Anyway, how are you going to prepare for this experience? Look at this diagram. What you are going to do in here. Description, you're going to describe what happened. Feelings, you're going to express what were you thinking and feeling. Evaluation, what was good and bad about the experience. Analysis. What sense can you make of the situation? Conclusion. What else could you have done? Action plan. If it arose again, what would you do? You have to cover these points while writing a reflection. And what you have to do in here, you're going to divide your essay into introduction, main body, and conclusion. Okay? Introduction, main body, and conclusion. That's all. And watch out these points. Watch out your style. Uncertain about the, you maybe get concerned about these points. Unsure writing style. If you are unsure about this, so you have to be, positive. You have to be sure. If you're uncertain about the requirements of the task, this makes you concerned somehow. Feelings uncomfortable expressing thoughts, not able to think of ideas, events, or issues, able to accept strength or weakness, not willing to discuss ideas with others. Let's finish this. Yes. Guys, what we are going to do right now is to read the passage. Okay? After reading the passage, you write down your essay. You cannot write down the reflection before reading this essay. You're there?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Good. Wonderful. I want one of you to read, please. One of you read, please.
Can I read?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
My first impression is a new class. My first impression in new class in school. When I first moved to United States, I began to attend North Penn High School on December 6, 2000. It was a day that I will never forget. My first day in a foreign school was especially hard for me. During my first day in a new school, I felt nervous, lonely, and sad. First, I was very nervous because my school was huge. There were around 3,000 students who were studying in the school. Furthermore, there were around 300 staff members in the school. My class schedule was hard for me to understand, since I never seen that kind of schedule before. I could not find my class on time.
Yes, keep going.
Also, I was frightened of asking other students for directions because I did not know how to speak English. My first class was biology, and I was already late for the class. Fortunately, I saw a security guard walking around in the hallway who helped me to find my class. Many times I asked teachers for direction too. I was late getting to all my classes. Moreover, my teachers got mad at me and told me not to be late every time. Second, I felt lonely because there was not anyone with whom I could talk. There were too many students walking around in the school, but they never smiled at me or said hello or hi or hello. Hi or hello to me. In addition, in my world culture class, students had to work in a group and no one wanted to work with me. They were all American students in my class. They were all talking in English and making fun of me because I didn't know English very well. Moreover, during the lunch period, I had to sit alone in the cafeteria, where other students were enjoying the lunch period with their friends.
Okay. Do you agree or not agree with the passage? Does it apply on you? I'm talking here on this passage about the impression of the first day at new school. So, do you agree about do you have the same impression while joining the school this year or the first time? If so, why? If not, either why. You have to hold your pen and write down. Tell me about your impression. Do you agree that the first time at school is the first shock? Tell me about your opinion, your thoughts. Are you there, guys?
Yeah, yeah, Mr.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so please hold your pen and write down. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. Think it's 10 minutes suitable? I guess so.
What do we write, mister?
Yes. You are talking to me about your experience. Do you had the same impression at the first day of your new school? Do you agree that first impression is the first shock? Your opinion, guys, your opinion about first day in the school. Is it the same like the authors in here? Is it the same? Is it different? If it's the same, okay, tell me what are the same points. If not, tell me what are the points that is different between your impression about your new school and the author's impression about his new school.
I think it's
Tell me.
different because the author, like, he went to a school or a country, in fact, while he didn't know the language very well. While
Yes,
here, like, if we went to another school, it's still Arabic, so I don't think we can relate that much. Like, maybe it's a little bit hard to
that,
communicate since you're new, but still, like, you will learn with time.
that's right. So hold your pen and write down this. This is wonderful. And be sure that what you are going to write down is a reflection. Go ahead. Hello, guys.
Yes, I'm writing.
Yes.
You're writing. Okay. I'm waiting for you. That's okay. When you finish, give me a ring. Tell me I finished.
We write, mister, in the chat or where?
Well. No, you're going to read and we are going to discuss it.
Okay.
Mister, I finished.
I finish.
I'm done.
Have you finished?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Who wanna start first? Who can start now?
I can, Mister.
Okay. Who's it? It's written here that this is unknown user. So how could I know? Will you
I am
just give me yes? Give me a hint about your name,
Hussein Zakaria Salim.
Hussein.
Yes.
Okay, Hussein. Go ahead.
It's not same because he is scared and he was coward,
Hmm?
and in the school he don't communicate with other students,
Okay.
and he changed his country, not only the school. So the language was different.
Okay, that's right. Well, actually, you make the correct analysis, but this is not an essay. Reflection writing is some kind of essays. So you have to follow the pattern of the essay. In this essay, actually, you are just writing down three paragraphs relating to the topic. Okay, the first one is introduction. Second one, um, similarities and differences, or your opinions. Do you agree or not? And the third one is the conclusion. So you made the first step, which is analyzing the passage, and this is right. That's wonderful. But this is not everything, because up till now you didn't write down the essay itself. What I'm asking for is the essay. Fine?
Okay.
Okay. Who else who can discuss his essay? Yes, and who's it?
Muhammad Salim.
Okay, Muhammad, go ahead.
In my first day in my new school, I came to my
Yes,
school when I was in the sixth grade. I was nervous and shy at the same time until I sat
yes,
beside Ahmed, which he was a new classmate as me. We helped
yes,
each other as a friends, and we solved homeworks with each other. Until this day, we enjoy our time and have fun.
yes, great. But you mentioned nothing here about the passage. I'm talking about your impression. Is it different? Is it the same like the author? You didn't mention this point. Okay, you have to mention
Okay,
a link. I want a link between the passage and your experience. This should be clear in your essay. Okay,
okay.
fine. Who else?
I want to go next, Mister.
Yes, who's it? Abdullah.
Abdullah Al-Mana.
Abdullah Al-Mana. Is it? Is it you?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead, Abdullah.
I do not agree because we are different from them. They in the United States and we Saudi Arabia. The school systems are different. The people are different.
Hmm.
Everything different. I do
Yes.
not agree with them.
Okay, you have to talk a little bit about your experience. What's different? What's the same? You have to go through this.
What's different that he moved to another country
Yes.
outside of his own and went to a foreign one that he doesn't know anything about it.
Yes, good. And
But
what
me,
about you? Yes.
I am in the same country. I know how to speak. I know how the
Yes.
school systems work.
Yes. But actually, what about the experience of the facing the first day at school? It doesn't make a shock or something like this. You are searching for someone you know, and you cannot find anyone you know. You're not find anyone helping you. You're not finding anyone that supports you. Someone says hello, hi. Someone
It's
to
a
share your dinner,
it's a
your lunch.
normal experience. Everyone goes through it.
Uh-huh.
It will pass when you know everyone.
Yeah, that's okay. But I feel like you made something like compare and contrast essay. It's not compare and contrast. You know why? Uh, it's just the Venn diagram. You're using Venn diagram. It's clear to me that you're using this diagram and you're talking according to this. Uh, it's not somehow compare and contrast, but you're talking about your experience and how is it. Uh, is it the same or is it different than the author?
Different.
Okay, you have to write down this in the form of an essay.
Okay.
Fine. Who else, guys? We can discuss this essay. Nobody's ready? Hello?
Sorry, mister, I need 3 more minutes since I also wrote just a paragraph. I didn't finish an essay.
No, it's not a paragraph. I told you before that. You've got three paragraphs. The first one is introduction.
Then
The
would you?
second is, yeah, the body, and the third is the conclusion. So
Yeah,
it's not just one paragraph, it's an essay, full essay.
yeah. Sorry, mister.
That's right. Well, I can give you that chance till tomorrow to make yours as home assignment, and we can decide it tomorrow, inshallah Rahman. What do you think of this? Is it a good idea? Hello? Hello?
Tomorrow, Mister, we start preset.
Pizza. Yes. You can send me the assignment on Classera. You got the chance to do it. Or we can discuss it tomorrow before starting our PSAT period. So it's up to you.
Mister, I think I would prefer to send it to you on Classera.
Great. I'm waiting.
Mm,
It's up to you. I may give you the chance tomorrow, and it's better actually not to waste our period for today, our PSAT period tomorrow, and send it on Classera to me.
Mister, we write another essay, or we write about him.
That's okay. You can make use of the same one.
We can make the same one or another.
Yes, but little bit better than what we discussed today.
Okay.
Right. So right now we finished our period for today. See you tomorrow, inshallah Rahman. Unless you've got a question. So before ending, have you got a question?
no questions, mister.
Nothing. No, no.
All of you? No questions?
No, thank you.
That's okay. See you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.